Okay, so we're given this table of information, the number of workers, or just L, and the number of shares, which we'll just call Q. We want to work out for each level the average product of labour and the marginal product of labour. Well, the average product of labour is just Q over L, so we can do that quite easily. So it's 10 divided by 1, which gives you 10. It's 18 divided by 2, which gives you 9. It's 24 divided by 3, which gives you 8. It's 24 divided by 4, which gives you 7. 30 divided by 5, which gives you 6. 4.7 for the next one, and 3.6. Okay, so it's really easy to work out average products. You just divide the quantity, the output at that level, by the input required to get that level. The next we want then is the marginal product. Well, the marginal product of whatever factor you're talking about, capital or labour in this case, is just the change in quantity divided by the change in labour. Okay, so it's how much your Q goes up as you add each guy. Right? So going from 0 people to 1 worker has increased your output by 10. So delta Q is 10 and delta L is 1. That gives you 10 for your first marginal product. Going from the first to the second guy increased your output by 8. Going from the second to the third guy increased you from 18 to 24, so the marginal product is 6. Going from 3 to the fourth guy increased you by 4. From the fourth to the fifth increased you by 2. Going from the fifth to the sixth guy actually decreased your output, so the addition was negative, so the marginal product was minus 2. And going from the sixth to the seventh brought you from 28 down to 25, which gave you minus 3. So that's how you complete that table. You just remember what each thing you're looking for is. Average product, just how much are you making on average, or how much is each guy making on average. The marginal product is how much is each extra guy adding to my output. So that's part A of that question. So part B then is, does this production function exhibit diminishing returns to labour? And indeed it does. So diminishing returns to labour means that the marginal product is diminishing right the way through, right? So from the very first, from when you start adding a second guy, your marginal product is just decreasing until actually it gets negative at this point. So from the sixth and the seventh guy it added, they actually start taking away from your total output. So you start getting diminishing diminishing returns to labour here. And it actually gets negative when you start adding on the sixth and the seventh guy. Now part C is explain what might cause the marginal product of labour to become negative. So why are we getting negative additions to our output as we add the sixth and the seventh guy? So why might this be? Well, if you think about it, you probably have some fixed stock of capital to be making your chairs, right? So you have a chair making machine which you need people to operate. And as you reach, as you add on more and more people to an existing stock of machines, well, maybe they start getting in each other's way, right? So they start bumping into each other, or just using the machines more inefficiently. So that's kind of just an intuitive explanation. Might also be that they're not just getting in each other's way, but they're rushing. So they might be trying to rush to get the next guy onto the machine, which might decrease the quality of the stuff. So they might end up making stuff that's not to quality as well. So there's all sorts of intuitive explanations you could put on that story.